What's up, everyone? Hope everybody out there is off to a great week. Man, Carson Hocevar out there starting a firestorm for NASCAR this week on Facebook. We're going to talk about that with his comments that he made. Pretty popular. Over 22,000 likes, almost 4,000 comments at the time of this recording. So people are talking about it because a lot of people feel the same. They also got some other things they had to say about it too as well. But we're going to take a look at what his post was, what his comments were. But I also want to talk about some of the other aspects that he hit on in some ways, but some of the things that were before his time that I think are really important to what's going on right now that's causing some of these things as well. So I hope you stick with me for this. If you're a fan of the old school racing, the 80s, 90s, and the 70s, now the 60s, a lot of my viewers are older. Hell yeah, sticking with the racing, I love that. But we're going to take a look at so many of these different things here. And I want to give you some examples, things that I personally went through in my years of being around NASCAR racing and different aspects of that were really damn cool. And let's start out here, first of all, with what Carson said on Facebook. He said, sitting here watching the 2000 Talladega race, it's insane we as a sport produced a product we give to fans and wonder why fans have lost interest. This race is beautiful. The sights, the sounds, the cars, the production, the commentators. It's clear as day why the sport is where it's at and not where it once was. The entertainment value of this race is so much better and so visually more appealing. I agree with you, bud. Hell yeah. I agree with you. Glad you stand up and speak your mind, because so many drivers now can't say what the hell they want to say, because if you do, you get fined. And that's what a lot of people that were commenting on Carson's post are saying. Well, they're going to see your ass in the trailer with a fine and everything else. But you know what? If you're going to make something better, you've got to be able to speak up about the product that you're out there employed in. Because if you don't, if you got to keep it all quiet and everybody's just keeping you hushed, how the hell is it going to get better? And these comments that come below his post right here, I can guarantee you NASCAR's paid attention to, because people are paying attention to this, because we keep hearing nobody wants the stages, nobody wants the gas save, and all these different things that are taking place right now. And the fans have been saying this for a long time. Is NASCAR ever going to listen? We'll see. And that's what this is about, because you can comment, you can say what the hell you feel down below, because that's what my channel is all about. We're going to talk reality, not everything else. But I will say this, the one thing about Carson that I really appreciate about him is he just seems to be a true individual. He's having fun, he's enjoying life, he's enjoying the moment, he's enjoying where he's at. And that's pretty damn cool to me, because some of these other drivers, I walk around like they got to stick up their ass and everything else. And that's what I want to get to right here first of all, the drivers. Because the drivers from the day, the drivers from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and everything else compared to the drivers today, not that they're any different as far as athletes and everything else, but I'm going to tell you, them guys went out there and they drove some damn ill-handling cars on some old tires. Just a totally different situation from what the drivers are today. And you really didn't hear them complain a hell of a lot. They just like to race. They were in the moment. Because most of them were short track racers that come up through. That's all they had done. And they worked their ass off to get to that point of where they were. And they also worked on their damn cars every week. So it was appealing to them to go out there and do this thing and reach the highest level. And it showed. We as fans through them years, some of us as employees of some of these drivers, we saw it. It was cool because most of these drivers also worked on their damn race cars every week. And that's why we're going to do a little story time right now, because I'm going to take you back to some drivers, different times. And if you know me, you know I've been around NASCAR since 1981. My dad used to work for Charlotte Motor Speedway, used to be at all the races, different things all through them years. I worked on race teams. But I want to talk about some of the differences in drivers. And I'm going to give you a couple quick examples right here. And one of the guys I want to do right now, I want to talk about, because so many people hear him every week, as Ken Schrader. Hell of a guy, hell of a racer. You see the racer in him. He doesn't do a bunch of complaining and everything else. He talks about racing. He's still out there racing, having his time. And man, I'm going to tell you, this guy right here used to be at his shop over here in Concord, North Carolina, off Windy Road. And man, that dude would be there working all the time. And if you're familiar with his shop, he had the Bush shop behind the house there. There was a shop over to the left when you first come in. I believe it still had his office in there. But had his dirt car organization in there. He had another shop down behind that, had all of his vintage cars. And I'll tell you a true story about this guy. My brother-in-law was in town. My sister and my brother-in-law from New York over Christmas, about 93 or 94. And I used to be out at Schrader's at different times. I called over to the shop. There was one person there, one person who answered the phone. It was Kenny Schrader. This is like the day after Christmas. I was really not expecting anybody to be there, but my brother-in-law wanted to go see some shops, make the call. Kenny picks up the phone and said, hell yeah, come on over. Gave him the grand tour. Took him all around, showed everything in there. Went down to his classic car collection with his bikes. He had just got a police Harley at that time. My brother was a big Harley rider at the time too. Big conversation. I bet we spent 2 hours there just talking it, shooting it. So much different times right there. Man, I can also tell you about, I used to be up at Ernie Irvin's shop all the time. That's when he drove the Kodak car. This was his own Busch team. Every time you went to that shop, Ernie Irvin was in there working on them damn cars. That was just the way it was. He was around there. And he was always damn cool and happy with it. If he got something new, he'd love to show it to you. I remember when he got his bus. Took me on a tour of his bus. Man, dude was proud of that thing. Then ironically, it got ran right into the side of it. Part of the party was happy about because it had the side things. You pull out TVs and everything, and somebody ran right into that damn thing. And, you know, but man, that's the way he was. That's the way racers were. Another example, Randy LaJoie. Randy LaJoie, when he was driving the 20 Fina car, this was for Dick Moroso. This is the car that Robbie Moroso used to race in and everything else. My wife worked at a dealership, Park Chevrolet, down in Charlotte, North Carolina. She calls me one day and says, hey, Randy LaJoie's up here with a show car, and he's all by himself trying to get this thing out and everything else. I left my job, went down there. It's cold. It's raining. Randy drove the transporter down there himself, taking his own show car in there. I went down there and helped him get it inside and everything else. He goes in, sets up his table, did everything by himself. Because that was the racer. That was the worker in him that worked his way up. And he was going to do whatever the hell he had to do to be in that position. And the guy did it. Those are the cool stories. Those are the drivers, man. Those are the guys that lived this just to make it what it was. Because it was a cool moment for them and they appreciated it. It wasn't handed to them. So I'm not saying anything's handed to any drivers today. But they appreciate it. And that's the one thing about Carson. You look at it. The dude's having fun. He's appreciating it. Plus he's got some other accolades to go along with it. He's having a good time. I love this. But man, you got to look at the difference in the sport then till now. We had Winston, man. We had Winston for so long. Winston was a great sponsor. Winston did so much for fans, for everybody. They made it an experience. The awards banquet alone from Winston compared to nowadays, oh man, they were exciting. They were fun. It's not so much that way today because everything now is turned more into the entertainment value. But the reality is you lost the entertainment value in so many aspects because of trying to change for every new adaptation of people that come up through. And let's just be honest, most of the younger people coming up through today have a very short attention span. They're going to watch something for a little bit. They're going to go here. They're going to do other things. But I'm going to tell you, off my show alone right here, I can look at my demographics. And my followers from 55 and up are the strong ones. They're watching the races. That should speak a lot. And when these people say, hey, not really enjoying this type of racing, I'd rather have it back like that. And then you got a driver out there who's watching one of these races and going, man, that was really damn cool back then. Why don't we have this anymore? That's when NASCAR should, that's when you start listening. When you start paying attention to your fans. I know they do. That's when you start paying attention to your fans a little bit more because you realize they're the consumers, man. And if you ain't giving them the products that they want, they're going to find something else. I'll tell you right now, I'm going to be honest with you. I watched dirt racing all damn weekend. I really didn't care about the racing in Indy because it's pretty damn boring. It's prestigious, I know. It's a race everybody wants to win and everything else. But with these cars, it's just boring. And let's speak about the cars. Let's talk about the cars because I'll tell you some differences in the cars today. Again, I don't like the sound of the car. I don't like that sound. That muffled thing. It just don't sound like the racer, the screaming engine that we used to have so much. We still got in the other series, but not in Cup. I don't like it. That's my own personal opinion. But I'll tell you the difference in the cars. We'll go back to 1993. I believe it was 1993 anyways. Talladega. I was with Bill Veneriti Motorsports then. We took a car, I believe it was a Hess car, brand new car, went to Talladega with it. And we went out, I think we finished 12th at that race. And we took that same car that we ran the ARCA race and took it to Charlotte, to the Winston, just a couple weeks later. Why? Because that car could transform from the ARCA car to the Cup car. It wasn't a spec car. It wasn't a proprietary product car. And you know what else we could do? We could tweak on it. We could work on it. As a matter of fact, Kirk Shelverding come over there and set that car up for us in the shop. One of the coolest moments in my life. We're going to run to Winston, and I'm on my back on a creeper with Kirk Shelverding, working on this car. An ARCA car to run in the Winston. Go figure. But now you got to have all this proprietary, this innovation out the damn window. That's where your fans are at. Your fans like innovation. And now you get caught with something where you're trying to be a little bit innovative. Man, it's so costly you can't risk it. That was half of what made NASCAR fun for so many years. Seeing people be able to come up with something new, get away with something, try something. Now you're very limited on anything. And you also got to go to the manufacturers because, man, in the day, cars were cars. They look different. They look sexy. The sponsors, pretty much the same sponsor all year long. And the sponsors were so a hold of the drivers. They did so much together. Now you really ain't got many cars out there that got the same sponsor on that car week in and week out. That's a shame. But that's where it's come to. And for me personally, I will always think that the mid 80s, the early 80s, even the late 80s were the best times in racing. And we got a driver who's out there now who's going to be in the sport for a long damn time. People love, some people don't. But he's a light in this series. He's a bright light in this series. And I love that fact of it. And this guy's saying, hey man, I watched this race for 2000. I'm out there on the racetrack. And that race from 26 years ago was a hell of a lot more appealing than the race I was just a part of. So go figure. What are your thoughts? Tell me down below. And man, let's keep it kosher. Let's talk some racing. Especially my older fans. What did you love about the old days that you don't see now? Man, also, the pit crews. Now we got all these linebackers, everybody else. You got XFL, everything. Engineers everywhere. Back then you had sheets. You had sheets of paper. That's how you set a car up. Anyways, y'all have a good one. We'll see you at Checker Flag.
I'm the host of that racing show, telling dirt track tales that the suits don't know. Crack a cold beer, let the wild ones roll. If you don't like cussing, you can change that channel. We're talking bumping, rubbing,